Yes, we have come with a new lesson, that is the science lesson. Okay, all are ready to learn. Yes, we have come with the lesson, that is cell and cell organelles. Okay, cell and cell organelles. Here one spelling mistake is there. Nelles. Okay, so cell and cell organelles. What cell means and cell organelles. Now this lesson is your biology lesson, and we are going to study about our body system. We are traveling inside our body now. Okay, so let's start studying what our body is made up of. Let's see one here. A man is there and he is building a wall, correct? Constructing a wall by arranging bricks, correct? No. One brick is arranged and been tightly packed with the help of the cement, sand, which used to bind these bricks. Now these bricks are arranged as per the requirement of the house, as per the room shape, size of that room, or then further a huge building, a tall building is being constructed by the arrangement of bricks, isn't it? So we find huge building is being built and have different shapes, different sizes. So same thing our body. These bricks are not non-living, but our body is living. But each brick here is acting as a unit, a single unit of that building, of that house. Correct? The whole house is been built, but what helps one brick is arranged. Same way, our body is also made up of cell, isn't it? And these cells have to be arranged and a whole organism is formed. So we are multicellular organisms. Here you could see multi bricks, many bricks are there to build a, as use the building, so many bricks are required for that building, correct? Same way, our body is also made up of cells, and these cells are arranged, have to be arranged in this manner, have to be packed, have, but our cells are living. These are not living, non-living, correct? So our cells are living, and each and every cell behaves as a living organism in our body, isn't it? Every cell in our body is a living organism. So as we require water, food, oxygen, we give out carbon dioxide, we require proteins, we require carbohydrates, minerals. Same thing, each and every cell of our body requires all these things. So same way, our body, we are not alone. We are a capsule of many organisms. And who are these organisms? These are the cells of our body. Okay, so each cell is a living organism of our body. So how our body is constructed by the cells, isn't it? And these cells comes together to form a tissue. Okay, your skin is a tissue, your blood is a tissue, your muscle is a tissue. So every of the tissue, no, in that tissue, all the cells are of same type. Okay, so upper layer of your skin is it is a tissue, and all the cells are of same type, and many tissues come together to form organs. Okay, organ means you have heart, you have lungs, you have intestine, you have mouth, you have tongue. These are one organ. Okay, and what these organs are comprises of, they are made up of tissues. Okay, and tissues are made up of many cells. Okay, many organs come together to form a system. Okay, so different types of organs come together, they work together for one function, for the same function. For example, organ system, if you say in our digestive system, there are many organs, isn't it? It starts from the mouth, then the your esophagus, then the stomach, then the intestines, then the anus, then it comes in between the livers. There are some glands there in between. Okay, so this is a system. In that system, many organs are there, and many systems work together to form a organism. There now this organism word is been hidden because of my photo there. Okay, but there is an organism word. Okay, remember that. So cell, then cells come together, same types of cells come together to form different tissues. Tissues comes together to form organs. Organs comes together to form organ system. An organ system makes an organism. So let's see what cells are. Cells in plants and animals are same, but some minute no differences are there in between. No, cell is not whatever cell you see in your textbook, it is plain structure, but it is three dimension. No, three dimension. A loaf of a bread. You must have seen a loaf of a bread, correct? That is, suppose it is a cell, whole cell. If you cut it into parts, that becomes a slice, isn't it? One part you call it as a slice. So that is the structure, slice of the cell which is shown in your textbook. So cell is actually a three-dimension structure. Okay, so now what all these things inside the cell, these are the organelles. As we have organs, cell also have organs in them. So these are called as cell organelles. Plant cell and animal cell. There are organisms divided no, according to one specific characteristic, that is the chloroplast. Presence of chloroplast, that is the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell. One more difference here is in plant cell is they are having cell wall, a rigid support, a fixed support which gives the plant a fixed support because they don't have the whole covering. Our body is having covering and our cells remain intact. But plant cells do not have the whole structure covered into a capsule thing. Okay, so their cells require rigidity because they stand erect, and with the help of wind, storm, they have to face a lot of difficulties from the environment. So for they require elasticity. Okay, so that what covers them is the cell wall. You could see the cell wall green color, correct? Yellowish green, huh? That is a cell wall which gives a strong covering, a strong protection for the cell. And we don't have cell wall. Animal cell don't have cell wall. They have plasma membrane, and there they have cell wall also, as well as they have plasma membrane also. So outer layer is cell wall. Plant cell is having extra, that is cell wall, and inner layer is plasma membrane, as well as plant cell is having some plastids, no, that is called as chloroplast or chlorophyll. That is a pigment which gives color to the plant, as well as it helps for preparing their food. It helps for capturing the sunlight and converting the water and carbon dioxide into energy, into the carbohydrates. Plant cell also has big vacuoles. Vacuole means it is a big bag, okay, which is filled either with water or either with some other substance, but it is having a big vacuole. Okay, same way we animal cell don't have vacuoles, or either if they have, they are very small. Other all cell organelles are same for both plant and animal cell. So what difference here is for plant and animal cell? Plant cell is having cell wall, animal cell do not have cell wall. Here vacuoles are very big. Animal cell, if vacuoles are there, they are very tiny. Okay, one more difference here is the nucleus is just shifted. In plant cell you will find nucleus, the pink color, okay, cut portion like a fruit, no, the nucleus is just shifted from the center because of large vacuole, because of space is not there. And in animal cell you will find the nucleus is in center. Your nucleus is the pink color portion, okay, and in between you could see the yellow color. The yellow color is DNA, that is the genetic material. So other things are all same. So So here there are components. Plant cells have some components. We call it as the components of plant cell. What components they have? The cell is filled with a jelly-like substance that is called as cytoplasm. Okay. Then they have nucleus, then they have endoplasmic reticulum, then chloroplast, lysosomes, vacuoles, Golgi complex, and ribosomes. Okay, so these are the components inside the cell. As we have no heart, as we have brain, as we have no skin, blood, all those things cell also has. Where the cells are found? Cells are found in our body. We are made up of cells. Okay, so plant cell and animal cell. Just you have to name. There is on page number 67. There are plant cell and animal cell. You require to know plant cell and animal cell. You require to label their parts. You can take the help of last year's book. Okay, or either I will show you while I am giving you the revision or either the question answers. But if I think you're not able to see this because I have enlarged the figure and it has diluted the words. If you could see the words properly, here you could write down or fill those boxes. Okay, so that is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is present in both the cells. Chloroplast is present in plant cells but not in animal cell. Cytoplasm is present in both plant and animal cell. Vacuoles you could see in plant cell. Nucleus is present in both plant and animal cell. Endoplasmic reticulum, okay, cell membrane, cell wall, all those things you have to name it. Okay. We study the structure of the cell wall. No outer covering. Structure of the cell wall is given. Cell wall is present in plant cell. Its structure is no. It has two layers you could see, and in between this layer there is a pectin, cellulose material. No, what it is? These are thread-like substance. There are some soluble proteins, thread-like substance, leucine. There are given some names here. Okay, you could understand this. This cell wall is elastic in nature. Elastic means it can, for because of the wind, because of the storm, it requires elasticity. It could stretch, expand, and contract. Okay, so that elasticity it requires. So that helps. Who helps the elasticity for the plant? That is the cell wall. Cell wall consists of some proteins as well as carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates are very strong. Okay, when you tear off the leaf, you will find there are tiny, very fine threads coming out. Now, what these threads are, from where it is? These are cellulose. Okay, this cellulose cannot be digested by our body. Some of the cellulose can be digested by animals, but we cannot digest the cellulose. Okay, so this cellulose and pectin, as well as there are afterwards polymers like lignin, suberin, cutin are also in the cell wall. There are some polymers. Polymers means thread-like substance, elastic substance. These polymers are plastic-like. We call it as plastic itself, but they are made up of carbohydrates and proteins together. So they make a strong support, give a elasticity for that plant, for the cell. Okay. So this cell wall helps for protection and helps to stand, overcome all the whatever it could tolerate, the wind, the storm, the climatic condition. That is all because of this strong cell wall. We are going to study about the structure of the plasma membrane. You could see plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is the outer covering of the animal cell. It is made up of protein molecules as well as carbohydrates. Now, these protein molecules have lipids in between. See the yellow color balls, orange color balls, up and down, two layers, and in between blue color is there. These are the lipid bilayer. Lipids means, now what lipids? Lipids means the molecules of oil or fat. Okay, so fat molecules and in between protein molecules are embedded. Okay, so fat and proteins together form a form plasma membrane. Okay, now this plasma membrane we call it as, it is semi permeable. Semi permeable means it allows only the substance inside the cell which the cell requires, as well as it gives out some of the unwanted substances from the cell. For example, it allows water and water soluble minerals, carbohydrates, proteins. It allows inside the cells, and it gives out some unwanted substance like carbohydrate, unwanted substance like, no, that is carbon dioxide, as well as some waste substances, waste products are there from the cell. So what this plasma membrane helps the cell? It is a semi permeable membrane. It choose whatever is required to come inside the cell, as well as whatever is required to go outside the cell. This way cell wall doesn't do that. Cell wall is not living. Plasma membrane has that sense what to take inside the cell and what to give out. So we call this plasma membrane as semi-permeable membrane. Permeability means absorption, having the capacity of absorbing. A cell wall can absorb everything, but plasma membrane, even though if you keep this plasma membrane or cell in any of the substance, it will take only the things whatever it requires. So that is called a semi-permeable membrane, and you will find, you will call it as bilipid. Lipid, no, lipids are embedded in between the, or proteins are embedded in between the lipids. So remember this, there is in your textbook, it is there. So if any changes are there outside the cell, this plasma membrane protects the cell for that changes. Okay, if there is some toxicity outside the cell, if there is a large, no, lot amount of water is there outside the cell, plasma membrane protects the cell or protects those things, do not allow some of the unwanted things to enter the cell.